Hey, good morning for day number, I don't know, 6 or 7. It's Saturday, whatever that means for our road trip. We're here in Gardner, Montana, well rested after a night in our hotel room, doing some video editing for the previous video. And we're all clean and all that good stuff. It's kind of wonderful. Getting ready to head off for breakfast and make our way up over the Beartooth Highway up to Red Lodge, Montana for the evening. And while we're on the road, we'll talk a little bit about vegetation around your swimming pool and why we need to pay close attention to it. So we made a stop along the banks of the Soda Springs Creek to let the kids stretch their legs out and run around because, let's be honest, they've been fighting like cats and dogs in the back of the truck, and my right arm is getting tired from swinging behind me. So, but we're here, and I'm really reminded of the relationship of vegetation and water and how it relates to our backyard concepts and what appeals to us as human beings around swimming pools, but how those two things a lot of times come at odds with each other. They're a big contrast. We have a swimming pool that when we pop out our back door or walk into our backyard, we want to see a lush oasis-like garden. I think that appeals to our caveman senses of a lush oasis where water is plentiful and there's plenty of plants around and it's a safe place to live and set up camp and raise children and things like that, versus our need with a swimming pool to kill every living thing that would get inside of it, with the exceptions of our pets, friends, family, and loved ones. So there needs to be some thoughts and considerations when we're building a pool or we're planting new plants around a swimming pool to come up with a balance of that innate comfort of plants and water together, but also design it and create it so that both play well with each other, both complement each other well aesthetically, and from a structural standpoint and a maintenance standpoint, they all play well together. That can be tough sometimes because, as you can see with the bush I have right here, there was a deck built here, there's a bench here, and this bush sprouted out at some point during the time. It was probably just a twig when this was all built. But this bush doesn't care that there's a bench here. It doesn't care that there's a deck here. People are supposed to be able to walk here. All it knows is that this is a good place to grow because there's a water source close by. And as we can see above, this is growing outward. It's growing towards the river. It's growing out. It's spreading out. This is a healthy plant. But what we can't see is what's going on underground. We get a general idea of it down here. We can look down below us and we can see some of the exposed roots. Most of these roots are working their way towards the water source. Now, a swimming pool is not a completely tight, watertight vessel. You're going to get leaks between the shell and the deck. You're going to get water drag out. You're going to get splash out. On a rare occasion, if you're unlucky, you'll get a cracked fitting that's slowly leaking water that you don't even notice. And any plants growing near our swimming pools are going to start shooting their roots in that direction towards that water source. They'll get inside the pipes. They'll clog the pipes completely. They will start to lift your deck. They will start to push and move and grow through any cracks between the deck and the shell of your swimming pool and cause big problems. So we need to take that into consideration. In terms of what's going on overhead, we need to be thinking about the leaves. Now, we can have evergreen plants like pine trees and things like that. And while the tree itself may be evergreen, the needles and the leaves have a life cycle. And leaves and needles and the growth on plants carry all kinds of stuff. We can see here, there's a little bit of fungus and pollen growing on this plant. We see we've got some fuzz here from the seed pods that are, coming off. And these can get carried by the wind. And the wind will blow these across dry ground and it'll carry them across fences and things like that. But the minute they hit the water, they're stuck and they're in. And so the pool becomes a catch-all, a fly paper, so to speak, for any of our leaves or anything blowing around in our backyards. So in addition to all those leaves that are falling off those plants as they end their life cycle, a lot of them are going to end up in your pool, and when they do, they're going to start to decompose. They're going to start to clog up baskets, and they're going to affect other facets like water chemistry and circulation and even filtration. So a lot of vegetation around your pool means a lot of maintenance. And if it doesn't mean a lot of maintenance, it means that you've got a green pool because you've been ignoring it. So you need to take this into consideration when you're designing your landscaping, is what am I going to be dealing with in the pool, and how is it going to affect the water chemistry and the circulation and even the filtration. I'm going to get out my soapbox here for a minute, because when we talk about wind and leaves and grass clippings and things like that, I kind of get fired up about landscapers. Landscapers, they love to come in, they want to do their job, they get in with the leaf blowers, and they conveniently will ignore the fact that there's a swimming pool in the backyard. And then the homeowner expects the pool guy to come after the landscaper has been there and clean up after that landscaper. So kind of a natural cat and dog enemy there is the landscaper versus the pool guy, and the fact that we get stuck sometimes having to clean up after them. But how does this affect you? Well, this is going to affect you in the way that how much are you paying for pool service? Because how long is your pool guy going to have to be there fishing out leaves? How good of a job is he going to do if he feels like it's a futile effort? We can keep our bushes and trees trimmed back, but the thing about bushes and trees is they always grow, and they always get bigger, and they always get larger. Even though we're keeping them trimmed, they're still growing and getting larger. Those root systems getting bigger underneath the ground next to your swimming pool. So we need to be careful and conscious and open-minded about how we're going to landscape our pool to find a good balance between planning our landscaping and how that's going to behave and interact with the swimming pool. So you want to take that into consideration. You want to think about what plants you're planting and how they behave throughout the season. You want to think about the types of trees that you want near your pool. We love trees, we love the shade, we love natural shade, but natural shade from trees over a swimming pool is usually a sign of impending disaster, either through the roots growing towards the pool and heating the deck, or working their way into the pool cracks themselves and widening those cracks and damaging these shells and the decks and the surrounding pool areas, or leaves growing over the pools. And when those leaves rustle in the wind or shake, remember, birds love to sit in trees on branches, and they poop. And guess where that poop can end up? Along with algae spores, fungus spores, phosphates, all the things that make it difficult to keep your pool crystal clear. So takes that into consideration on what your backyard looks like. Go out there today. If you've got a pool, you've got your landscaping, take a good look at it and try to decide if it's time to do a big trim and clean things up. You may find that your pool is much easier to take care of, and your backyard is going to look a lot cleaner. All right, viewers, that's going to do it for the educational portion of this video. If you want to stick around and follow along, we're headed from the north entrance of Yellowstone over to, where are we going, Ginger? Red
Lodge, Montana.
Red Lodge, Montana.
Via the Beartooth Highway.
Via Beartooth Pass. That's so sketchy and crazy. It's only open at night. We're going to get some good video of that as we go.
It's only open during the day.
It's only open during the day, and we're going to get some great video of that. It's going to be kind of wild towing our little trailer up and over that. So yeah, follow along. If you're enjoying this, if you picked at our other videos and you like what you see, go ahead and hit that subscribe button. That helps and makes it possible for me to make more videos. And leave us some feedback in the comments. If you have any other thoughts on more videos I should do or subjects I should talk about while I'm on this road trip, I want to know in the comments. Thanks for watching, guys, and on with the rest of our day. How's the breakfast, guys?
Good.
Good.
I like apple pie pancakes.
If I want to talk, we're good. All right. Let's try this all one more time. You have the number ID?
I do. Time to hitch up the old land train, head out toward Beartooth.
Do not eat them unless you are certain of what you are eating. Even mushrooms that close can make a
Oh,
mistake.
God, right in the middle of the road.
Wow.
Ew, I got lots of skips. safe, Dad.
That's a lot, buddy. You're not getting in there too easy.
That's so cool. I'm making the sandwich now.
And then a little of the trout on the cream cheese.
There it is. We're not driving a convertible Ford Edsel, but I think we're gonna make it. Ooh.
How's the trailer feel back there?
It's like it's not even back there. It's more like I have an elephant dragging an elephant behind us. Look at that peacock. Half the road went away or something.
Yeah, it looks like the road washed out. It's just a one-lane highway right now.
There was a conflict
Washed away. Like they're fixing it. They're working on trying to rebuild.
died en route to Mammoth.
Maybe. Oh gosh, speaking of falls. They did the tour right now.
Yeah, it's like Alpe d'Huez or something like that. It's just crazy. 10,900 feet. Coming up that stretch of road, Beartooth Pass. Super windy. Pull off.
Why is there a food truck?
I don't think that's what it is. It just
Dude,
looks
there's a freaking
like
ski resort up here.
it. Oh my gosh, yeah. How cool is that? Here's the fluffernutters. Hi, Fluffs. What do you think about all this?
25 miles an hour, next 5.5 miles. All right, Ginger, give me your thoughts. We're descending the eastern side of Beartooth Pass. Give me your thoughts on our
I am
experience.
my own puppet. Wait, zoom it in close. There you go.
Willow, what did we see at the top of the mountain?
Goats.
Goats? Were they cute goats?
Cute. Like cute.
So you asked me my thoughts. I think this is probably one of the prettiest places I've ever been. We just spent the last 3 days in Yellowstone, and it was amazing, and it was jaw-dropping, but this drive, this day, these hours have held some of the coolest views and experiences.
I would wholeheartedly agree. Holy crap. Man, that's cool. Yeah, it's incredible. It's interesting that the tree line is somewhere around 9,500 feet here versus in Colorado where it's up around 12 or so. But yeah, just huge views and twisty roads and ice cold weather and snow patches and infinite views. Amazing. Downtown here.
And let's see Blackness. There we are. Everybody done in the family. Now I got this whole line
after coming down Beartooth. It's got a little messy in here.
It's all right. We had a cabinet pop open. Only one.
Ah, that's what happened.
What is that?
Well, here we are at the Cascade Campground just outside of Red Lodge. Backed into our tent space. Good thing we only have a 16-foot trailer. Ginger, why the hell did you get us a tent space? Huh?
My mama said if I don't have anything nice to say.
Man, keep pumping. Keep pumping. We got to fill this jug up. Come on, keep going. You want one that wanted to pump so bad. Keep going. We're losing our prime. Come on. None of those short pumps. Big, deep, penetrating pumps. Come on. Go, man. Pump it hard. Pump it hard and fast.
You do it. No, you do it. One of us needs to look. You do it. So they argued for a minute, and the whole time they heard over and over again, I got you where I want you.
And now I'm
I'm
gonna
gonna
snuggle you.
eat you. Finally, the children did rock, paper, scissors.